You know that feeling? When you look at an animal and you just know they get you? Like no questions asked. It's this silent understanding that goes way deeper than words. It's such a powerful feeling, and it turns out there's a very real reason for it.
And that reason is exactly what we're going to dive into today. In this explainer, we're going to uncover the really profound and actually scientifically backed connection between what are known as highly sensitive people and animals.
All right, so here's our roadmap. We'll start by exploring that feeling of a connection beyond words. Then we'll get into the personality trait that's behind it all. After that, we'll discover how this trait is actually shared across species, and we'll unpack the science of how this bond literally heals both the human and the animal. And finally, we'll pull out some powerful lessons from all of it.
Okay, first up, a connection beyond words. We're talking about that quiet, intuitive link that can feel, well, almost magical.
Just picture this. Think of someone, let's call her Anna. She's had one of those long, completely draining days at work. You know the kind, full of forced smiles and small talk that just wears you out. She finally gets home, and there's her cat, Milo. He doesn't jump all over her or demand to be fed right away. He just offers this calm, quiet presence. It's this beautiful, low-demand companionship that gives comfort without asking for a single thing in return.
So why does a simple moment like that feel so incredibly powerful? What is actually happening beneath the surface? That's the big question we're here to unpack.
And to really get the what, we first have to understand the who, which brings us to our next section, the world of the highly sensitive. This is the absolute key to unlocking that powerful connection we've been talking about. And get this isn't some rare, fringe thing. Researchers estimate that between 15 and 20% of the population, that's like up to 1 in 5 people, are what's known as highly sensitive people, or HSPs. So it's a pretty significant and well-documented personality trait. The scientific term for it is sensory processing sensitivity, or SPS. And let me be really clear about this. It is not a disorder. It's simply a different way of experiencing the world. It means you have a nervous system that's wired to process all that sensory information around you more deeply and more thoroughly.
Dr. Elaine Aron, who is a total pioneer in this research, breaks it down with this great acronym, DOES. D stands for depth of processing. HSPs just tend to think about things very, very deeply. O is for overstimulation. It's easier for them to get overwhelmed by loud noises, bright lights, or just general chaos. E is for emotional intensity. They feel everything, the good stuff and the bad stuff, just more strongly. And S is for sensory sensitivity, a really keen awareness of all the little subtle details in their environment. Okay, so let's move on, because this is where it gets really fascinating. It turns out this trait, it's not just a human thing. It's like a reflection we can see right back at us in an animal's gaze.
I mean, real scientific research has actually identified a parallel trait in dogs. They call it canine sensory processing sensitivity, or CSPS for short. This basically means the same kind of underlying neurology is present in other species too. How cool is that?
And this just illustrates the connection perfectly. Just look at the parallels here. An HSP processes information deeply. A highly sensitive dog shows what's called stop-and-watch behavior. They're taking everything in before they act. An HSP gets overstimulated easily. A sensitive dog gets totally overwhelmed by loud noises. Both have incredibly high empathy and can pick up on the emotions of everyone around them. They're both just so tuned into the subtle cues in their environment. It's almost like looking in a mirror.
So here's the crucial point. This is so much more than just affection. As one therapist, Mercedes Jimenez, suggests, it's a kind of biological resonance. The sensitive nervous systems just recognize each other. They are quite literally on the same wavelength.
And that resonance, well, it leads to some really tangible benefits for everyone involved. So now, let's get into the actual science of how this bond creates mutual healing. It works in this amazing cycle called co-regulation. So first step, an HSP feels overwhelmed by the world. That's a stress signal going off in their nervous system. Then step 2, a calm animal offers a non-judgmental, soothing presence. Step 3, the simple act of petting that animal releases oxytocin, the love hormone, in both the person and the animal. And finally, step 4, that leads to stress reduction. Cortisol levels drop, heart rates slow down, and both of their nervous systems just calm down. It's a beautiful, shared biological process.
For the highly sensitive person, the benefits are just immense. Animals give you a safe space where you don't have to perform or even talk. They are incredible listeners who will never, ever judge you. And that physical contact, the warmth of their fur, the deep vibration of a purr, that's a powerful way to ground yourself. They even encourage you to be present and playful. Ultimately, they give you this feeling of being truly seen and understood, exactly as you are.
And remember, this is absolutely a two-way street. For an animal, especially a rescue animal that might have been through some trauma, the home of an HSP can be a true sanctuary. It's a place filled with patience, quiet, and an intuitive understanding where their own sensitivity is respected, not seen as a problem. It's a truly symbiotic relationship.
So what can we all take away from this? Our last section here is all about the lessons we can learn from this incredibly deep, silent bond.
Well, for one, we learn that true, meaningful communication doesn't always need words. We learn that empathy is a universal language, one that can absolutely transcend species. We see the incredible value of quiet, non-demanding companionship. And maybe most importantly, animals give us a masterclass in resilience.
Seriously, animals are the ultimate masters of resilience. So many of them, especially rescues, overcome just incredible hardship. But they show us how to live completely in the present moment, how to heal from deep trauma, and how to find the courage to trust and love again. They don't dwell on what happened, they just accept where they are, and they move forward.
So I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. If one of the most powerful, authentic, and genuinely healing connections we can possibly experience needs no words at all, what does that tell us about how we should be trying to connect with each other? It's definitely something to think about.